So yeah, we'll get straight into it then.
Yeah.
These profiles, I put 4 profiles here. Now this is TJR. I'm sure you've heard of
Yeah.
TJR. We've got Mox, we've got Tristan Steckler, and we've got Nick Setting. What about all these sort of accounts?
Well, they're all young people selling high ticket items. Although my definition of high ticket items might be a bit.
Well, that's it. So you've clearly heard about the lingo, I guess, around me.
Yeah.
They're all selling something, right? I mean, TJR, click here to learn from me directly. Mox, DM Meteoric, I help monetize personal brands. Tristan Steckler, we'll get onto all this shit here later. DM me mentor. Nick Setting, DM me info. He's doing sales, trading, personal branding, blah, blah, blah. They're all selling something high ticket. Now, you say you didn't know what high ticket was. That's what is a high ticket deal? A high ticket deal involves selling premium, high value products or services, typically costing over $1,000. So it's anything that costs over $1,000. Now, high ticket sales is a part of point setting. So you're selling high ticket things. We'll get into that. So as you saw earlier, I had replied to Tristan Steckler. Now he is selling high ticket sales coaching. So he's sort of teaching people how to, I guess, sell things.
Yeah.
Exactly, pretty much. And so I just, for the sake of the example, did the DM me mental thing. Unfortunately, his DM setter isn't quite as quick as I'd be. And he hasn't quite replied yet. But usually what would happen is you go through a whole sequence of messages to try and sell whoever's replying their service. But the key thing you have to understand, right, is that these people here, there's like TGL, 1.6 million followers, Mox, 142k, Tristan, 13k, Nick Setting, 99k. They're not going to be, replying to every single message just like I did with Tristan here themselves. It's a waste of time because 99% of people that are interested in sort of getting into their offer or their program or whatever don't have these high ticket prices of 1,000 or upwards to just splash out on some training. Most people are unqualified, and so what you do as an appointment setter is qualify them. That's pretty much what I do. So this is one of the offers I'm working on. Now, as you can see, they've got thousands of people flooding the DMs all the time, and that's not even going through the requests. But most of these people are just bullshit. They're not going to be a good lead. And your job is to sift through these people. Now, I'm going to show you an example of someone I did not too long ago, Living Kushi. Now, she replied with a CTA of Meteoric. That's just like how here, for example, Tristan, DM me mentor, you DM me mentor. She DM Meteoric, clearly showing interest. Now, I can sort of, a lot of appointment setting is sort of gauging what's going on using your instincts. You can tell Living Cushy by just going on an account. She's in the space. She makes money. She's got a professional account, which is public speaking, nice luxury places, blah blah blah, and she's got a tick, which is pretty important. So what I started off here was replying to her. Now, this reply is very specific to the offer I'm doing. Your replies can be very variable. Why do you think I said this here, first of all?
Well, hey, thanks for reaching out.
Or not even that, but just
just confirm that she's a business owner and because you want someone that's sort of financially stable who can actually afford the course.
Sort of. So what this offer is specifically is B2B, business to business owner. Living Kushi is clearly a business owner. But I still ask that question just so she can reaffirm her interest. If I'm doing a B2B offer, I don't really want to be messing about with people that are perhaps not business owners or just working a normal job and have maybe enough money to get involved, but clearly
you want owners.
Exactly. You want these conversations to feel really natural. I mean, it varies between roles and what your offer holder, people you're working for, wants you to do. But here, I've got a lot of freedom, and I sort of went with the approach of being very casual, messagey. So they don't think they're messaging an appointment set. They think they're just messaging Mox, always, on the train or something, and just replying back. So here I asked this. What do you think was the reason for asking all this here?
I was going to ask about that. How are you helping coaches make money? Is that to do with her business or?
Yeah. So here I'm simply just probing more, right? I'm just probing at her. I'm creating conversation again, making it flow, keeping it engaged. If I'm just making it go yes, no answers the whole time, or binary answers. It's just going to feel like an interview, isn't it? And she's just giving me a bit more information here, which I already knew going through her profile. It just helps keep the conversation natural. Now, this is the key bit. What do you think is going on over here?
Finding out her sort of business model, how she finds most of her clients, where she gets the money from.
Yeah.
And if it's a sort of legitimate source of income.
Sort of. I'll walk you through this then. How are you getting most of your clients? Now, she's reaching out to a personal branding coach. Personal branding, or I guess getting more exposure to your brand, especially as a business owner, which is who, as I said, we're working with, is get more leads, get more clients, right? That's the whole purpose of having this professional account. And if she's reaching out, she's clearly got a sort of pain point there. She's clearly maybe not at where she wants to be in terms of her brand exposure, or not at where she wants to be in terms of getting clients. And this was a really good question or response by her for me to keep digging, because she said, how are you getting most of your clients? Outreach as of now. Now, outreach, I'm assuming here, she's insinuating, she's saying she's doing cold outreach. She's messaging people herself, which is, not the best way to get leads. A good lead comes to you and is interested in you first. And that's a massive pain point. Here, what I'm doing now is sort of distinguishing where she's at in her current state and where she wants to get to with a dream goal. Her current state is doing outreach at the moment. But if she's, replying to a personal branding coach, that's clearly her dream goal is not doing the outreach, as people coming to her and having an exposed brand.
Organic growth of people find out what you're doing on social media and they want to get involved.
Yeah, and I mean, this varies between offer to offer, right? A trading offer is going to be completely different how you approach this. It might be to B2C, business to customer, instead of B2B. And that's why, I mean, with appointment setting, the more you do it and the earlier you get into it and the less sort of perfectionist you try to be, if you just jump into it and gain a bit of experience, it's going to, the ball's going to get rolling and then everything will be a lot more easy. It's instinctual, a lot of it. And so, here I'm just saying, I'm reaffirming pretty much, I see you're not getting any organic inbound reach. I'm kind of just, making I'm trying to understand the situation. And here she further reaffirms that she's not at her dream state. She's at her current place and it's not her dream state. I'm not posting anything, so yes, no inbounds. Got it. We'd love to get to know your situation a bit better. Would you be down for a call at some point? Now, this is the main reason you're doing what you're doing, right? Your goal is to get qualified leads onto a call to then get closed. A lot of times, though, you wouldn't be this blunt about it. The reason I was is because you can clearly see she's interested. You can clearly see she wants to get involved. I don't need to keep probing. And you can also clearly see she's financially qualified. A lot of times you'd ask more questions, sort of saying, oh, how much money are you sort of working with at the moment? How many clients have you signed? So you can get an indication of how much money she has. But she clearly does have money. Cool thing here, you never ever want a price drop. You want to let whoever's going to close the deal ask for the money.
So you never want to tell them what
No. So you'd say something like, I don't do set pricing. For this offer, you actually don't do a set price, but most offers do. And if they probe more, you'd say it's because, it's not one size fits all gig. We're working one-to-one with you and it completely varies on your situation. All right, do you have any questions just based off all that?
Yeah, so in a scenario where maybe you weren't so sure that they were financially qualified, what type of questions would you go about asking? Yeah,
so that's a pretty good question, actually. First of all, there's a lot of metrics that you can get a gauge of how financially qualified she is. You don't have to have a professional account like Kushi does. If a lot of accounts are in fact even better. If they have a professional profile picture, it's clearly a personal account, but you can see them having pictures on fancy holidays, ski trips, with their family, or a trip to Dubai, something like that. It gives you a good indication of pricing. You'd really only want to sort of qualify pricing, especially on B2B offers, if you were, really unsure they have the money. Most B2B offers in the first place, I only want business owners, and business owners are going to have the money for it. If it was B2C, that's different. You can sort of, I guess, probe quietly, how much money have you got saved, by the way, to get this going? Never ask, have you got this, have you got that? You can also say, for example, are you, for a B2C offer, are you employed right now? A lot of people who are employed are trying to, escape their jobs, but if they are employed, they clearly have money. However, if they're, just some, 20-year-old living in their mum's basement, they probably don't have money. And price probing, or trying to qualify them with pricing is more of a big issue when it's B2C. When you're B2B, you have the luxury of knowing that you're only working business owners and they probably have the money, and it's something that they can sort of, the closer or the offer holder can get done on the call.
So this is only B2B?
This is B2B right here. Yeah, that's
Do you
B2B.
do B2C at all?
I've done B2C in the past, yes. But I mean, in my opinion, you want to get into B2B, ideally. I think that's the best way.
Is there any scenario in a sort of B2B setting where you would say, no, I don't believe this person's financially qualified?
Yeah, of course. Let me see. I mean, is there an example? There's plenty of example. This is a good one. I'm in ideation stage. I'm currently working with IT, something or other. I'm 19 years old, have no experience, very low middle class family. I mean, if you want to tell me you're a red light, you couldn't have put it any better than that message right there. And then the please, things like spelling, all that. Because this guy could be a business owner. I wouldn't know. I would have no idea looking at his account. It isn't a business owner. I mean, the profile perhaps, the caption might give it away a little bit. But I'd have no idea. A lot of people with these sort of profile pictures on their personal accounts are massive business owners. And that's why it's really important to start, asking them questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome. So here I dropped the call link, which is usually done with Canly. It's just a sort of a call booking app, I guess, or website. And this is super important, right? On this call booking link, let's say, for example, I wanted to book in with myself on say the 30th at 3:15 p.m. First name, last name, email, phone number. This is super important here, and we'll get into that because there's something called dialing positions, and that's something I do a lot more predominantly now, which I find a lot of fun, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyways, they book through here, they get on the call with someone that will close them or the offer holder, and if they close, they'll get commission anywhere in the range of 5 to 15% just for sending those messages out. And imagine if that's 5k. 10% of 5k, it's $500 just like that, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Did that all make sense to you?
I'm following it so far.
Yeah? Is there any sort of specific questions you might have?
Not too many at the minute. One second, bear with me. I'll think of a better one actually.
No, you don't have to have questions.
I might actually have a question. I have a question.
I mean, if it all makes sense, it's perfect.
No, it does all make sense. From so after you've done the call, you take the call, no?
That varies offer to offer. I actually do take the call. A lot of people don't. Most DM setters don't.
Most DM setters hand off to someone else.
Yeah. And if you do take the call, I mean, the commissions are a lot higher and you make a lot
So
more
the
money.
person that takes the call, is that often the closer?
Yeah, the closer or the offer holder.
Is there someone else and then you pass on to a closer?
Yeah, so we'll get into that now actually. So every offer is different, right? Every offer is structured differently. But most offers are structured like this. DM set, phone call, video call. A lot of the leads that you book in through what I've just done there, DM setting, are going to be a bit timid getting on that video call, right? There's not enough contact points, going from just messaging someone with a few messages to hopping on an hour call and being off $5,000 for something. And a way to make sure they do hop on the call, a way to make sure the close rate goes up, that the lead feels a bit more comfortable, is doing something called dialing. And that's another part of being an appointment setter. You remember when we went through that Calendly link?
Yeah.
There was a section for phone number.
Yeah.
Now, sometime before when they booked the call, for example, I booked it there for the 30th, I believe. Say the day before 30th, the 29th or the 28th. I give them a call and I talk to them, right? And I do very similar to what I'm doing on the DM setting. What you do on a call is you usually sort of follow a script, but once you get good at it enough, you can do it kind of off the dome. The whole purpose of it is being another point of contact, the bridge between DM set and then being closed, so they feel more comfortable. You figure out the motivation to get on the call. You want to figure out where their dream situation is, where they are now, where they're stuck now, what's stopping them from doing it on their own, what's stopping them from, for example, personal branding, having a killer personal brand with, these leads reaching out all the time. Yeah. And you want to build urgency through that as well. You want them to think, oh my God, these guys really care. First of all, they're on a phone call with
Yeah.
me before the actual call, and you know, this is my leverage point. This is where I'm gonna, you know, change my business for the good. So you want to just, you know, sound good, build urgency, and most importantly, get a lot of information for the closer, because the more information closer has about the prospect, the higher the close rate's going to be.
So generally, my understanding is the best thing you can do as an appointment setter is obviously financially verify is one part, but really find out as much as you can about what that particular client is looking for.
Exactly.
You give them a call, make sure they feel comfortable, and
Exactly.
then pass all that information on to the closer on the video call.
Exactly. And the most important thing for most offers is just so, you know, that prospect actually gets on the phone call. A lot of people just will forget about it because they just did it on their phone for a few DMs, and they'll think, oh yeah, I've got that call tomorrow, better get on it. But then a lot of offer holders are stupid. They won't take call notes of the dialing, and they'll just, you know, hop on the call with no information, and the close rate will tank. Some people like that. Every offer is different. A good offer will try and get as much information off that dialing call so that they can, you know, optimize their time on the closing call.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now, what we're going to try to do is, for a different offer I have, I'm going to try call a few leads from America. Now this is something completely different. In fact, we've got a booked call here. Perfect. So what we're going to do is do this in real time. I'm going to try this for a different offer with you here. I'm going to have the script open for you so you can kind of follow actually. So the way this offer is set up is different to the one I just showed you. The book calls have sort of gone in a Slack channel, which is like business Discord almost. You don't really have to worry about it. You see, hi team, discovery call booked, full name, Justin Bailey, blah, blah, blah. We'll blank that out. Date and time, Monday, December 25th. All this information there, phone number there. Let's go and give them a call. I'm going to do this with the scripts up so you can sort of follow along with me.
And what is this for? This is...
Hold on. Hello Lee, how are you today, mate?
Who's this?
Does Dylan Frano ring a bell? You booked in a call with us the other day.
The other guy.
Absolutely.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, amazing. All right, well, all the best, mate. Speak soon.
Yeah, alright, cheers.
Bye-bye. So yeah, for that call, just that phone call itself, obviously I cut some of it off because, you know, you don't want to listen to me talk for 15 minutes. I hope you learned something from that. For that in itself, for this offer at least, I'm making an extra 5% commission, I think it is. And the ticket size, the price people pay, is usually around 7,000. So for what I've just done there, if he closes, I've made, I don't know, let's figure it out. 7,000 times 0.05. I've just made $350.
Shit.
Yeah. Before we go anywhere else in terms of actually applying to roles for you, now you have good understanding, let's have a look at your Instagram. Now, I can't enlarge the picture, or can I? Can I do it? Open image in a new tab. Now, what does that mean to you, that picture? But if I was an employer,
It's perhaps not especially professional.
the thing is, a lot of people in the space are like very much, oh my god, you know, you need to optimize your profile, look like a professional, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, people aren't looking for, you know, smartest people on earth to do an appointment setting role. They're just looking for people that are consistent and that can do their job, and they know won't fuck it up for them.
Yeah.
They want to know if they gave you their Lamborghini for a week, it's not going to come back all fucked up and the wheels hanging out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust this guy with my Lamborghini. The way people usually apply to roles is quite simple. Now, this was about 4 months ago. I recorded a few applications when I needed a new role. People use a thing called Loom. Think of Loom as like business YouTube. You record a, I don't know, anywhere 30-second, 2-minute video, showing yourself off, saying who you are, and then you send it to a job application. So this one here I thought was really good. Whoever's looking through my application, my name is Freddie, and I've heard you needed some new sales reps. Look, I'll get straight to the point. I've generated over 150k cash collected in the past 2 months alone, working predominantly as a dialer, also DM setting, and I've even gone into hybrid closing. Now listen, I know I'm your guy. Ethan Gidley Birch referred me onto this application, and it sounds like a great money-making opportunity. I've got tons of past calls you can go over, tons of previous experience, and I know I can generate you results. Listen, if any of that sounded interesting, don't hesitate to give me a call back. Cheers. See, that was a pretty good loop.
Yeah.
That was, I had pace, I showed off, I told them, you know, all about myself, how much cash collected I made, which is basically the amount of money you've made for business owners, not the actual money
Okay.
you've made. I haven't made 150k in a few months.
So how would you go about getting a job?
Yeah, so if
With
I
no
were
connections?
if I were to try and get a job with no connections, I would search up, say, fitness coach. Alright. Oh, well, here we go. Look at all these accounts here. This guy, inquire below for one-to-one coaching, clearly has an appointment set. Or clearly maybe even needs one. Let's see, perhaps he's posting, I need an appointment set. No, he's not. But what you do is you'd send them that loom that we just talked about, a personalised one ideally, to Ollie Rosario, and telling him you're an appointment set that can generate him results. Don't send out like shitty little messages that just go in his inbox and no one looks at. It's not going to work. And I say if you're starting out, you really want to just spend all of your day applying to these roles. It really helps some connections. Luckily, you have one, so I can perhaps place you in a role slightly quicker. But if you're just starting out on your own and you haven't signed up for mentorship, another thing I recommend to do, sign up for mentorships. They're definitely worth it.
What is a mentorship?
It's I suppose it's a place where you can learn the skills. So all these people, for example, he's kind of doing mentorship, I guess. It's more coaching. But a mentorship is a bit like that. It's like coaching people on skills. It's just like all we've been talking about.
Oh, so you want to
mentor.
move into being a mentor?
At some point in the future, yeah. At some point in the future. But yeah, if anyone actually wants tips or advice, free advice, I'm giving Ollie. I'm always here. I love helping people. So that's a good little plug that. Yeah, so you go here, and then you can also find more accounts by clicking this button.
Yeah.
And all of these people probably are doing some sort of online coaching. Yeah, he's doing it as well. And just fucking reach out to all these people.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to just be in the fitness niche. There's so many niches you can work in, as I've demonstrated to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool industry to get into, man. That's my little masterclass, I suppose. I hope it all made sense.
No, it did.
Yeah, and yeah, man, let's get you on a roll,
Let's
man.
get involved.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let's do it.